So just the CLI has been deprecated, and now we need to use a Next.js framework and also Next.js CLI if we want, but not React. There's nothing to do with React. So React is continuous strong.
Okay. And I equally learned that Next.js actually has SEO features, like it's how do I put it? SEO features can actually be embedded on Next and not.
Yeah. So Next.js is super cool. So it does SEO. So if you do it Create React app, you don't have SEO at all, because everything is rendered by JavaScript, right, dynamically. So for Next.js, there's a part of the code is rendered on the server, and then they just send the done page for you. So that's better because the server is super fast. So we can just there's a lot of advantages to it. One of the advantages is, as you said, SEO.
Okay. Do you think a participant would, someone with no knowledge in React.js can learn Next.js without knowledge in React?
Without knowing React, I mean, let me think about it. Well, what I do know is that I can for sure make a project to make them understand Next.js and how to create an app with it and deploy and everything, and I can make it in maybe a couple weeks. So it should be fine, I think.
Okay, no problem. Then I think that's what we're going to do. So I think in preparation for the class, for the session on Friday, we can ask them to perhaps read about SQLize and learn how to set up MySQL. And then
if you want, you can ask them to see my past skills and maybe check the GitHub. I don't know. If they do that, they should be up to speed.
Yeah.
If they do that, right? And then I can just continue and make like the API, as you said. And after we do the API, so then we finish that, right? Okay, so the API is finished. You guys now know how to make an API.
Yeah.
So then after we do that, instead of throwing away the code, we just build on top of it. I think it's better, right? So we just do, okay, we finish the API, and you guys now know how to make an API, and now we're gonna build an application on top of it, right?
Yeah, exactly. That is actually what I want us to achieve. You know, to take the participants through the experience of developing an API, consuming the API using a front-end framework like Next.js, as you said, and then consuming that same API using a mobile app framework like React.js, and finally perhaps maybe deploying and, you know, having some industry, you know, real-life experience.
Yeah. So so maybe because we want to show the guys how to make like a front end, I'm thinking now, how can we have a front end that's simple enough?
Yeah, we can just do a landing page and then a form that receives data. I think I gave an example which we could use. We could say perhaps a user's database, you know, a user's management system, you know, where we have a landing page. When clicked on the landing page, you are taken to a form that takes users' information, name, email, perhaps an image, or maybe just simple data types, you know, perhaps name, email, age, date of birth. And then whenever a user signs up, we have a table, you know, that displays the users, and we have the possibility to edit, you know, and delete. So something just, you know, simple as that, because we don't want to take a lot of time equally. So we want something simple and you know, but it should, you know, take us through the full process. And so your session on Friday would be just the API, you know, the full crude process. You know, as you've said, we can make sure that they watch the previous video, and so they equally read about SQLize and how to install MySQL, you know, so that will prepare their mind before they attend the session. And because during the session, as you'll be coding along, you will not actually be coming back to the basic stuff. Hello?
Oh, hello.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear now. It's cut off a little bit, but I can hear now.
Okay, is it better?
Okay, so you want me to basically do sign in, sign off, right? And then maybe inside the page show some pictures or show some data, right? And maybe have a form to push some data inside the database and then read the data, right? Something like that.
Yes,
so it's
yes.
basically a CRUD. It's basically a CRUD together with sign in and sign out, right?
Yeah, we can do basically a CRUD operation, right? But I don't think adding authentication would have enough time for authentication. Do you think you can do authentication and CRUD? Would that be able to take?
Yeah. So exactly. So if I'm going to do just a CRUD, it's probably easier.
Yeah.
Because authentication is a little complicated. Yeah.
Yeah. Just a CRUD will be okay for Friday, and then the next session, which is on Monday, we can see. I don't know if you or Janike will be available. We can see into Next.js. Personally, I've never used Next.js before. I've tried out React, but I don't know if you or Janike might be available. So the next session, then you can try out Next.js and consuming the API with Next.js, and then the last session now could be consuming that API with React Native, so they can have a full experience.
Makes sense. Yeah, let's try that.
Okay, so that's it. Hope you're going to get ready for Friday.
Yeah. Actually, I don't have a lot of time to prepare, but as I said, it's like on Friday I'll wake up and work until the time of the meeting and try to make everything. But I think it's gonna do time. I think it's gonna work.
Yeah. Also, I guess you have done that for a long time. Guilherme, something happened to me last session. I actually did the mistake you did last time. I started the class without sharing my screen. Oh my, it was terrible.
Oh, yeah, we gotta always know. Okay, so we should make a practice like when you start. Guys, if I don't show my screen, please tell me.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so thank you very much. I don't want to take much of your time. I know you have some work to do. So we keep it till then. On Friday, you're going to work on the CRUD API and test with Postman.
Sounds good. Okay.
All right. Anything else?
All right.
So we can end the call.
No, that's it. I think it's a good plan.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Thank you. See you on Friday.
All right. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye-bye.